After the loss of a family member, especially a daughter, it can become kind of hard to love yourself.
I'm in great pain because I have great grief because I miss my daughter every single day.
As hard as it's been, Regina knows that finding joy and purpose is within reach. But sometimes things can get in the way of that. What is it about that's tearing you up so much?
Guilt. I wish I had done this. I could have done that better. I should have got up every morning and made smoothies. And then the worst part was...
But trust me, Regina is not letting this defeat her. Simple acts like getting her hands dirty in the garden or working out with friends have become a lifestyle for her, and they've been tremendously helpful.
My flowers, my garden. That's the thing. I keep my flowers watered, I plant.
Regina is learning to embrace her new reality and leveraging a positive mindset to completely transform her environment.
So I was thinking positive thoughts.
Yeah.
So that helps. I'm a senior, but I ain't dead.
Through it all, Regina's story is about triumph, vulnerability, and leaving a legacy for those closest to her that she's lost. And today you're in luck because she's sharing all the details of her story with you. I'm just gonna jump right in. Again, my name is Austin McGuffey. I'm the host of this wonderful show. And you just walked into hopefully the most safe space to be vulnerable and to tell your story and just kind of like where you are in life. So let's start out. Why don't you tell me like your name for the viewers, where you're from, and let's start with one thing you love about yourself.
Oh my, that's a question that years ago, exactly 4 years ago, I would have had a different answer, but now I am not that in love with me. I'm in great pain because I have great grief because I miss my daughter every single day. She passed from kidney disease. I have a foundation for her called Prima Strong, and every year in March we have a walk. My husband passed also, and my very best friend, Carolyn Davis. So what I love about me, I love the Lord, and the ability to still love him after it's like my heart's been snatched out. Sometimes I just feel like a dead woman walking, you know?
Is that like the biggest thing consuming like your mental space right now?
Yeah, every day. And it's gotten better because every day I used to cry. Now I don't cry, but sometimes I wish I would. Now with my brother,
Jamal.
I did. He pulled that out of me, and I was glad because I knew I needed to, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
But I was able to yesterday when we talked.
So, tell me your name.
Regina. Oh, Regina. I didn't say that.
Because they don't know who they talking to.
I know, I forgot that part. You asked me such a tough question.
I know.
But my name is Regina A. Sanders.
Okay, where are you from?
I am from Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. West Side.
West Side. That's what's up. Okay, you said you mentioned your husband, so obviously you experienced love in this life. When did you get married?
I got married in 1980 something. And let me say this. We were married for 38 years.
Wow.
And he was, a good man. But see, you don't ever appreciate that till they're gone.
Is that the case for you? Would you say that you didn't appreciate it until he was gone?
Certainly I didn't, as much as I do now, because I realized things that I didn't before. Just the small things like being there.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. That's a huge thing.
Right.
And I didn't appreciate that then. But Lord have mercy. I wish he was here now. Jesus.
I mean, after 38 years, I could imagine that you're right currently. Well, when did he pass, if you don't mind me asking?
He passed in 2014.
14. So it's been 11 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me more about him. What was his name?
His name was Bobby Gene Sanders, and I used to call him Bobby Gene.
Bobby Jean.
And he was a great softball player. He loved softball. He actually loved baseball, but in Atlanta there wasn't a lot of baseball teams. But at that time they did have softball teams, so he loved to play softball. Yeah.
What else about Bobby Jean? Because you love that man, obviously, and you miss him. What was it that you loved about him? What was it that made him him?
Because the first thing, when my son, who I had from a previous marriage, okay, he treated him like his son. He never said, "This is my stepson." He said, "This is my son."
Yeah.
So boom, he had me from the jump. Right there. That was it. So so that was the first thing. And then the fact that like if my son needed shoes and he needed shoes, my son got shoes.
Yeah.
You know, he was that kind of person.
that.
Yeah.
And then you guys continue to express your love with one another. And you mentioned your daughter that had passed. When was she born? I'm sorry, I'm not going to get you.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. 1986.
Born in 1986?
And she was phenomenal.
I believe it.
She had kidney disease, and she was on dialysis. She graduated from Kennesaw State University with honors while on dialysis. Wow. She worked with, and you guys may know this, A3C. You ever heard of A3C?
Yeah, the festival, right? The music festival.
She was very big and very instrumental in A3C.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I went to Georgia State, and that was oftentimes on our campus. Yeah.
So she was very instrumental in A3C, and she also was a sports fanatic. LA Dodgers, San Francisco 49ers.
What was it about?
And of course, LA Lakers. We had family in Los Angeles, and so that was one reason. But
I was born and raised there.
Really? Basically, because that was her dream team, her dream teams, I should say. And she was so smart, you know, just very intelligent. I miss that. I miss her love. We used to hug each other every day. She'd say, "Come here and give me a hug. I hadn't hugged you today," you know. And she was, oh my gosh, just high fashion, and just a people person, and just. I wish I could be, you know, like her. And I wore her shoes today.
Okay.
So I'm walking in her shoes today.
Yeah, literally.
And
how long ago did she pass?
This is the 4th year, and it's the first year that I can say this is the 4th year, because before I couldn't.
You couldn't even get it out. All right, I'm gonna ask you some tough questions.
Okay.
But I'm curious, what is it about that's tearing you up so much? I mean, obviously you lost your child. That's the worst thing a parent could ever perceive.
Yeah. Guilt. There's always, I wish I had done this. I could have done that better. I should have got up every morning and made smoothies and this, that, and the other. And then the worst part was she just left me in such a terrible way. I mean, God called her home. I know she was with him, but in my mind, when we were driving home, she just slumped over, and I just started screaming, and I had to get her out of the car, and there's my baby on the street. So and the EMTs, So I really have PTSD because there are triggers that will send me all the way back to that moment. And then another thing, I didn't realize that they say the last thing to go is hearing. So that made me feel like I left her, because when they called me to go to the hospital and say my goodbyes, I did, and then I allowed my son to come up after I left, and then he came up. So I feel like such a coward now because I didn't go back. You know, and it was during COVID time and all that when they only allowed one person, whatever. But I will never get over that.
Never?
Never. And I have tried, and I've gone to therapy, gone back to therapy, and gone back to therapy. But that sticks with me. And sometimes I get stuck, you know. So, you know, and they say it takes a village, it takes community, and I don't have that. So I come here to mix with the people and stuff and act like I'm really okay.
But you're not.
But I'm not. So but what I do is I think, how many people are like me? So what I do is I'll be like, hey, how you doing? Da, 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 da. And if I see somebody really looking sad, I put my arm around them because that's what I want. You know, so I give what I want.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
That's the magic of being in like spaces, because you do never really know what someone is going through. My wife decided to keep that entire thing to herself.
Wow.
I knew. But for the entirety of the journey, and most people that were in our community, they didn't know until she passed that she even had cancer in the first place.
Wow.
Yeah. But I say that to say there were people that along the way were going through things similar to you, who would put their arm around me or just sitting down, spending time. And it really does mean the world and make all of the difference.
It does.
You said that you don't have that community. Did you ever have that community? Because you're still in Atlanta.
I know. I mean, yeah, I did have that community. But see, when someone passes in your life, you become a whole nother person.
I know, right?
And they want you to be who you used to be.
Yeah.
And you can't.
That's why I got these golds in my mouth. I ain't had no gold until after my... Now I got gold in my teeth.
So what does that do for you?
It's, honestly, it's just a way to express myself.
Oh, really?
Unapologetically.
Well, I'm glad it's silver and not gold. I think that's...
You don't like gold teeth?
I think it's tacky.
Damn.
Yeah, I think. Really? But that blends.
Thank you.
You know, silver blends with the white.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Tell me more about your community, though. You say when you go through something like that, you change as a person. How did you change?
Complaining, negative.
So you kind of push people away.
See, there you go. And I realized that.
When did you realize that?
When the circle turned into a dot. That's when I realized it. You know, yeah.
So, obviously, this is after an exercise class, and you found community here with senior body sculpting and Deshaun, which is great. What other steps have you taken, if any at all, which is not necessary, but what other steps have you taken to kind of expand that dot back into a circle?
Well, you know, all of the people now are into the boots on the ground and the line dancing, and I tried, but I couldn't, my focus is not totally back, so I couldn't do that. And my flowers, my garden, that's the thing. I keep my flowers watered, I plant. So I say this class and the flowers, and there's a group of ladies here, they're very active. I think that is another thing that kind of keeps me stuck because I feel like everybody's moving, going, and I'm just, but I went to lunch with them one day and had a blast, so that was good.
Do you live alone?
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Some people can really handle that. And I'm learning to. I do have a son, but he was hurting as much as I was. So, you know, hurting people hurt people. So he does the best he can.
That's good that you recognize that.
Yeah. So, but I didn't at first. See, because it was just, I'm hurting. So, but now I understand. Yeah.
This community that you're building now, how do you think that would have been like instrumental for you? Like in that period?
It would have made all the difference in the world.
Do you think that you would be as sad now?
No.
Dang.
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be. But see, I told you my best friend passed too, remember?
Right, yeah.
And if she had been here,
You would have been fine. Tell me about your best friend. What's her
she
name?
was a minister. Her name was Carolyn Davis.
Carolyn Davis.
And again, another phenomenal woman. I'll give you, for instance, Shirley was an advocate for people with kidney disease. She traveled to D.C. and spoke to John Lewis about how, the difference in the community, you know what I'm saying, about dialysis. So while we were there, she had a heart attack.
Really?
Yes.
While advocating for other people.
So here we are, and I'm just like, Lord, we're in a strange place. Nobody knows us. She don't have no doctors here. What are we going to, so I'm panicking, So I called my church. And at that time, my pastor was Bishop Eddie L. Long. And he said, Regina, I want to call people I know there so that they can come and surround you. And that's what he did. And so they helped me. And one of them said, well, Sade can't get on the plane after everything's okay, because everything did get okay, thank God. Okay. And so she had a house with an elevator. Hello? All right. Okay. So, yeah. So Sade didn't have to take any stairs or anything. So, we did that. We did that.
Yeah. How long were y'all friends?
Well, I'm so sorry. Remember, I'm a senior, so sometimes...
It's all good. I'm going to reel you back.
Okay. So, Carolyn flew up to New York to be with us. I mean, is that a friend?
That is a friend.
Come on. And she lived in Atworth, Georgia. So she flew up to New York to be with us. And whenever I would get down, because you can imagine with Sade being on dialysis, there were moments when it was just horrific. Yeah. And my heart goes out to anybody enduring that, because dialysis it's a Band-Aid. It keeps you alive for a while. Yeah. But so anyway, I won't go into that. And anybody on dialysis, God bless you, you're gonna be fine. I'm not giving out any death sentences, but I'm just saying.
It's okay to share your experience with it though, because honestly, again, there's two sides to Regina, because you go to the exercise classes and it's, hey, how's everybody doing? Right. But deep down inside, there's pain, And so similarly, with your knowledge of kidney disease and dialysis, and there's two sides of the coin. Right. It's okay to be hopeful and to dish that out, but I think also it brings comfort to talk about what your real life experience was with that, and other people may be seeing. Is that something that you want to talk about?
Well,
because you're an advocate for that.
I am. And that's why I say I have her walk every March. Yeah. And this year it's going to be March the 21st.
All right. Talk about it. Talk about it.
At Grant Park.
Okay.
And I hope that you guys will come.
I will be there.
So the thing is, what can I say about that? I think I'm getting emotional, so I'm trying to calm down. It's okay. Ask me the question again.
Yeah. Your experience with dialysis, just understanding that there are other people out there with kidney disease. If we were going to bring awareness to that, well, gosh, for your daughter, how did she even find that out? You know what I mean?
First of all, toward the end, she said, Mom, I want to stop dialysis. I don't want to do it anymore. Because see, what it does is it just strips you. And I remember one time we were in ICU and I looked in the dialysis clinic and they have these tubes. Your blood goes out, your blood comes in. And so they took the tubes and they threw them across her chest. And I was livid. Yeah. I was screaming in the hospital and the doctors come running. What's wrong? I said, she threw those tubes over my baby like they was a water hose. That's her blood. That's her blood. And then why would they do her like that? So anyway, of course, they apologize. But see, with them, it's just a job.
I know. Yeah, they're just doing their jobs.
But that was my baby's life.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that was one of the things that really.
That was hard for you.
Oh, whew, yeah.
Was there anything like, so like looking back at my wife and like her experience, that was really hard. But there were also some silver lining moments throughout the way that kind of make me feel good and whole, just about that entire experience. Is there anything that you can like pull back to, like moments that with your daughter, or even like throughout that period of time, that makes you feel like everything was God, you know?
I recognized her closeness, you know? Because, I mean, come on. She was sick for a long time, so initially she was like, really, God? Really?
Right.
But she began to get closer when we were in the hospital, and we were in the hospital all the time, in and out and in and out and in and out. So much so that the people at the hospital thought I worked there. That's how often we were there. Yeah. And I would write on the board, you know how they have them well, maybe you don't, but in the hospital they had these white boards, so I would write scriptures on the board, and first thing I would put over there, this is a John for the Holy Spirit. That's the first thing I would do. Yeah. And so we would read it. She said, Mama, read Ezekiel 37 to me. That was her favorite scripture, and I would read that whole chapter to her. And so I would say, breathe on us, Lord, breathe on us. And so I heard her one day say, breathe on me, breathe on me. Mm-hmm. And she left a note for me because she told me one morning, she said, Mama, I'm dying. Mm. She said, I'm dying and you don't even know it. I said, yes, I do. I know, Sade, but I don't want to accept it. Mm-hmm. So she laid on my chest and she said, this is my place, Mama. Hmm. And I said, okay, baby. But I think that's a part of the guilt too. I don't think I really, really believed it. You know what I mean? It's like, she gonna be okay. She gonna bounce back. But she didn't. Mm-hmm. So then I had to live all that stuff I've been saying. You know, it's one thing to talk, God.
Man, okay. What? Can we talk about that? See? That's real. It is one thing to recite the scripture.
To talk God.
Yeah, it's another thing to live it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I had to live it. And that's what I do now. I get down sometimes and I have to remind myself, okay, Lord, you said you are close to those who are crushed in the spirit. Mm-hmm. Come closer, because I need you. Even closer. You know, so people sing about it, talk about it, but I live it.
Yeah. And in living it, what has been your experience with God over the past 5 years? Because I mean, what, 2020 was, oh no, so when did your husband pass?
2014.
Yeah, so even really since 2014, the past decade has been like, just probably has felt like just back to back.
Because when my daughter passed, it was about 2 months, and my best friend was gone.
Right, yeah. So 3 people like, back to back.
Yeah, yeah. And then Sade's best friend had cancer, and I knew that she wouldn't want her to be alone. I guess I was trying to make up for the fact that I didn't know about the hearing, and so I would go and be with her. And then she passed, you know, and I watched my husband, my daughter, and Sade's best friend just deteriorate in front of me. You know, it's like,
when you watch so many people like that deteriorate or even just pass, especially being here now and they're not, do you ever ask yourself, like, why am I still here and they're not?
Of course. And I didn't want to be here. I said, Lord, just let me die. Really? I don't want, what? There's no purpose for me here. All my love is gone and I'm just, so, you know, hey, come on, let it be my time. That's right. And again, my daughter had left a note saying, suicide is not an option.
She actually said that?
She actually wrote that
No kidding.
and left it for me.
Did she know that you were?
She knew she was dying. She told me. Remember I told you, she said, Mom, I'm dying and you don't know it. She knew. And see, I think she helped it because I don't think she was taking her medicine anymore because it was just too much. She said, Mama, I am tired.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know, baby, but could you hang in there for me? And there was one time when the doctor called me in this was just a doctor visit. And he said, Shirley has something she wants to tell you. I'm like, what? And she said, Mama, I'm tired of dialysis. I don't want to do dialysis anymore. I said, so what you're saying to me is let you die?
That's what you said to her?
Uh-huh. I don't know how to do that, Shirley. I'm a mother. I don't know how to do that. And the doctor was in agreement with it. Because, doctors, they're like, why let her suffer? Just let her die.
Wow.
Yeah.
How old was she?
She was 34 when she passed. Yeah. It's a tough life. Anybody who is going through, please know I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
So over this past decade that you've been alive, I know your daughter wrote suicide is not an option. She wrote that for you.
She wrote that for me.
Well, did you express thoughts of suicide to her prior to? Like, why would she write that?
She wrote that because I told her many times, if anything happened to you, I ain't gonna make it. I told her she had this earring when she was a baby, and so when she got done with it, like I told you she was a fashion person, I put it in my ear, and I couldn't get it out. And I was like, well, you had to bury me with this. I said it just like that. She's like, what? I said, well, she said, no. I said, well, look, do you think I want you to go before me? No.
Yeah, no parent wants that at all.
So that's why she knew.
Yeah.
And she left that note. And I literally told her one time, but of course I wound up having her cremated because I couldn't bear to put her in a box.
Mm-hmm.
And I checked it out, and God is okay with that. So I had her cremated, and I took her to Miami. That was her favorite place.
Yeah.
And the pastor there, look how God, he was her youth pastor.
Oh, really?
At New Birth. What? How about that? And so I felt like that was the biggest tribute I could give her, because I felt like the doctor and her was saying to me, yeah, you made her suffer. So, it was just awful. It was an awful experience.
The doctor said that you made her suffer?
Yep, well, that's what he was, in essence, saying. Right, why don't you just let her die with dignity? Mm-hmm. That's what he said, dignity. How do you, I said to him the same thing I said to him about my husband, because see, he had kidney disease too. And he told me the same thing about my husband toward his end. And I said, my husband's not a dog. I'm not going to put him down.
Exactly, yeah.
And that's exactly how I felt about Sade. So
something that strikes me, like watching my wife, transition over, like, it was really, with cancer, it was slow. It's like watching a sunset almost over a 2-week period of time. Mm-hmm. But what struck me as just interesting was throughout her entire journey with cancer, there was never a moment where she wasn't intent, like, on living, And so I think one of the things that's difficult for us is when we see someone dying, or when they look like they're dying, we put our focus on death as just the ultimate outcome, and that's all we can see.
I feel like I wasted time.
And no, me too. Because during those years, while I'm worried about that, there's so much opportunity to live and do all these great things. And that was the perspective that my wife had. I'm curious, as your daughter as she began to accept that things were going to turn out the way that they did, what was her demeanor? What were her thoughts?
Because she had lost so much weight. Mm-hmm. Oh, she had lost so much weight.
Yeah.
She wasn't as vibrant as she used to be. Mm-hmm. Because, honey, let me tell you something. With the dialysis, like I told you, she graduated with honors. Mm-hmm. With the dialysis, she would travel for being an advocate for kidney disease.
Right.
And I remember one time in particular, I said, She said, I don't think you should be getting on an airplane right now. She said, Mom, I'm going to have to live my life.
That's right.
And so she went to LA and came back. And then when she was here, she went to a Falcon game one time. And this friend of hers said, hey, I just saw you on Facebook. Weren't you in the hospital? What you doing here? Yeah. And she said, I'm living my life. Right. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny because my wife was the same way. We had a moment where we were going on vacation and she was losing a lot of weight as well. Right. And it was looking like things were going in the direction that they ended up going. But I was like, hey, like, I don't know if we can take this trip because we got to fix this. We need to go to the hospital. We need to see a doctor. Like, I don't want you to die while we're out there.
Right.
So she was like, we had a back and forth, and then she got upset, and she just about yelled at me. She was like, let me live. Like, just let me live.
Right.
And I was like, it was like, I hear you. Like, I hear you because people will say, oh, just let me live. Right. And it's like a joke almost.
Right.
But that was like a deep, like in my soul, like, just let me live.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your daughter did that?
Yeah, I do.
Does that give you some peace?
Well, when I reach for peace, I think about things like how she would laugh. You know, she had the most beautiful laugh. And I think about, I'm glad I said yes to her going to LA.
I know, right? Yeah.
You know, things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really did, you know, not only give her life, that's incredible in and of itself, but you also gave her a life to live, a life to enjoy, reasons to stay alive, joy. I think that what is life without feelings and emotions, you know?
Yeah, because, you know, God is in it all. Absolutely. The good, the bad, the ugly. Yeah. And so one of the things he did was he allowed me to be laid off, as they say, take early retirement. So I drove her to Kennesaw. She didn't stay in campus. Man, we would sing all the way to school. We would sing the way back. And I remember one time there was this popular song out, and we took it and made it her song. I said, because she was concerned about this test. The teacher had no compassion at all. She told her, she said, can I take the test over because my father had just died?
She didn't care? Wow.
So another professor came and somehow they fixed it so she could take the test. And I said, R.I.P., you ripped the test. Because you remember that song was out then? Yeah, see, that's how long ago it was.
R.I.P.
Yeah, so, you know.
I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah, you'll hear it when you do. But yeah, so that was one of the things we did. And we would sing, and I'm driving, right? So, but we're singing Jeffrey Osborne's song, and it was like, Baby Stay With Me Tonight. So we clap. You know, we would just do stuff like that.
Yeah.
To make each other happy.
Seeing a smile on your face, I can almost imagine you in the situation that you're telling me about.
Yeah.
And what's so fascinating about being human is that your body doesn't know whether you're there or not because you're experiencing the emotion. So you're smiling at me right now. Like if you close your eyes and you told me that story again, you would put yourself back in that same place with your daughter.
Exactly.
I do that a lot with my wife, and it helps me to realize that death is a matter of perception, right? Like if I choose to see you and find you everywhere in life, like I can see you. And if I wake up every morning and I think about all the beautiful things that you've done for me and all the wonderful experiences, and that's all I think about, by the end of the day, when I go to sleep, I'm like I had a good day today.
Yeah.
And then I go to sleep and I wake up and I try to do it again. Of course, our mind is, it can generate thoughts and it could take us down crazy paths. But to know that you're grieving the way that you are, but to still see you sitting here like smiling as you talk about her, that to me is a sign of life for her, because energy in motion stays in motion unless acted upon by equal or greater force. And that force that can act against that love that you have for her is guilt that you experience. Not that guilt isn't real or deserved, but
right.
You know, I totally understand. I have so much guilt. I could have so much guilt, I should say. But I try my best to wake up every day and tell myself stories like you just did that bring smiles to my face.
Well, I'm just getting there because I would wake up and it would be like, oh God. Yeah.
The first thoughts are negative thoughts and guilty thoughts.
So now I'm pushing myself to do that. You know what I'm saying? Forcing myself to do that.
Yeah. So forcing yourself to have great thoughts and forcing yourself to be in community as well. It looks like. How long have you been exercising with Deshaun now?
2 years.
2 years? How has that helped you out?
A whole lot.
Yeah.
You know, because while I'm exercising, I'm thinking positive. I'm thinking, okay, get your legs together, get your arms together.
Back over your shoulders, yeah.
You know, so I was thinking positive thoughts.
Yeah.
So that helps. And just the camaraderie of the people, you know, that's a big thing. And then, of course, Deshaun, he ain't too bad to look at now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know what you're saying.
I know you don't.
But, no, he's a handsome guy.
Yes, he is. So, you know, I'm a senior, but I ain't dead. So, you know, yeah.
That's real. That's good. Well, gosh, I really hope that you continue to stay tapped into this community.
Thank you.
It seems like isolation, that's something that I'm passionate about. It's not good.
It's not. It will push you and push you and push you because talk about, you know, the old, now I know you know this song. Says, don't push me because I'm close to the edge. Okay, that.
Yeah, I know that song.
I never really, like, what is he talking about? I know. So.
Do you feel like you live close to the edge?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for Jesus, let me just say it like it is.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the fact that I call on him, and I'm so glad you were saying that about you think about your wife and you can see her and da-da-da, because I told the Lord last night, I said, Lord, if I have touched into something that is not of you, something that's dark and evil, please let me know, because I repent right now. Because there's this lady, when she sees me, she goes, yeah, your daughter is here. You don't see her? And I'm like, what? You know, so but see, you're desperate, you want to see her. So for a moment I thought, well, let me, you know, so I was like, Lord, you got to help me with this because I don't want to get into any darkness because it's already dark. So I don't, you know, so yeah.
Well, did that get any darker or was that?
No, this just happened yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I've got to repent somehow to her.
Yeah.
Because I accepted what she said. You see what I'm saying? So I gotta let her know I ain't too happy about that. That's, you know, she's with the Lord. And if she does come to me now, when she first passed, I had an experience where I went into my living room. There was a table there. We used to always gather there and play games, Monopoly, cards, you know, all that stuff. So she was sitting at the table, and I said, with tears, I said, you know, I would die for you, right? And she said, yeah. And I said, you know that I finding it hard to live without you, she said. So that was an experience that I had, but and you know that I love you. That's the other thing. I would always tell her that. Yeah, so that was that.
I love that. Yeah. And so in that moment where you said, you know, I would die for you. Yeah. What comes to my mind is the question like, well, would you live for her? And you're doing just that.
Yeah, I'm trying.
You're not just trying. You're doing it. Like, this conversation has blessed me, first of all.
Thank you.
Because I'm going through my own grieving journey, trying to wrap my brain around everything.
Right.
These are my kids, so.
Wow.
Yeah, we've got 4 kids. So I don't know if there ever is an answer that you can find within yourself alone, you know? God and community are helping to heal me in ways that I didn't foresee, you know? And it hasn't even been 3 months yet. It's just June 1st. Yeah.
Whoa.
I know. So, you know, thinking about like this conversation, it's almost like you leave breadcrumbs because, and this is why I love doing this show, talking to seniors, because you guys have lived so much more life than I have. And although we are different, there's a lot about us that's the same, and life does repeat itself just a little bit differently in everybody. But I can see your story, and I can see your perseverance and your strength. And it lets me know that I have access to that too.
Wow.
So when I have moments of, where I'm questioning things or feeling down, I'm gonna be like, you know what? I shouldn't be tripping because Regina went through all of this and she sat up here and had a great conversation. She still exercises. She still is in community with the people that she's involved with. And I feel like I can do the same thing now. And that's the power of these conversations. And I really hope that, you can reflect on it. And even if it's just a very light lift, that's good, because there's a lot of people in the world that love you. Maybe they don't know you yet, but they love you and they need to find you. And a lot of people getting a light lift, it gives you a big boost.
Well, let me just say, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And I'm so glad. What was her name?
Fantasia.
Fantasia?
Fantasia.
I'm so glad Fantasia had you as a husband.
Me too.
Because it made her life better.
It sure did. Yeah, she had a easy life.
There you go.
It was good.
And I pray that your children will give you great respect.
You heard that?
Will always look to you for guidance, because there are people out there that will lead you astray, but this is your compass right here. Okay?
I got that.
All right.
All right, Ms. Regina, I got one more question for you. And for this question, I want you to look directly into the camera, because you're going to be talking to some young folks out there, okay?
All right.
There is somebody out there, I don't know where, but who might be 30 years younger than you, who maybe just lost a child or just lost their spouse, and they're going through a really tough time right now.
Right.
And they need some hope. What would you say to them directly to the camera, just to encourage them to wake up one more day and give life everything they've got?
Know that, and I know you've heard this over and over again, but it's true. God is here for you. He wants your best. And you've heard my story. It's not easy, but I'm here for you too. So, there you go.
That's beautiful. That concludes our episode, Regina. This is episode 10
Wow.
of Keep Livin, which is a milestone for us. So this is a special day.
I feel special.
No, you should. This is a special episode, actually. So
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us. We will be at the march, or the walk, in March.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we're going to bring some people with us, too. So
Did you see the...
yeah, he showed it to me. Yep, he showed it to me. We're going to come. But thank you for joining me. And I wish you the best of luck. And I really, really pray that you wake up every day with good thoughts.
Thank you. And one thing I want you to say before you go. Mm-hmm. Wasn't she beautiful?
Wasn't she beautiful?
She was beautiful. Okay.
All right, we're good.